guys, it's Minx here, hope you're doing well. Welcome to what may well be the final part of Corpse Party Blood Drive. Gonna level with you. I recorded some of this, and then realised I wasn't actually recording, because I'm a fucking idiot. So, you know, bleh. Bleh. Anyway, I'm gonna jump into chapter 10, and this is gonna be pretty bullshit hard, guys, but hopefully I'll get through it. I ended up having to look up what I had to do when I thought I was recording, and we get a talisman early on that we can't lose. If we get hit by a ghost, we're done, I believe. So, yeah, let's continue. Mike and I progressed through Heavenly Hosts, guided by the whims of the book, the score changing and shifting around us bit by bit. We were now faced with a peculiarly marked door. Well, there was a hole here I didn't... Fucking hell, I'm blind. It looks big enough to fit through. I guess we should go in. Hopefully things will go smoothly. Oh, we're here by the, I don't know if this is the same place or not. Loose board obtained. A school-changing outline is, like, throwing me off. But, guys, phantoms are gonna be my worst enemy here, and my worst fucking nightmare. I'm confident in my abilities. Oh, actually, I'm not. That's a lie. That's just a lie. I'm totally not confident in them at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Great, we're here. Wonderful. It's way too quiet right now. Maybe I should take this opportunity to ask a few questions. Aiko, Miss Kwan's your sister, right? That's right. We Heavenly Host survivors really don't know her very well. Like, we have no memory of her. Even though she's your teacher? Yeah, so you could tell me what little bit about Miss Kwan. What kind of person she is, for example. She's pretty much perfect. Calling her a genius wouldn't even begin to describe her. She's basically the living personification of the ultimate human ideal. Ideal, huh? See it all started when her book became a worldwide bestseller and she was only 11 years old. But her success weren't just in literature. She also excels in science, math, theatre, business, economics, not to mention research, publication and management. The widespread success of PL Promotions Co. Inc. is all her doing. That only happened after she took over as CEO. My family, the Niwas, got rich beyond their wildest dreams through the royalties from her book sales, but it's also thanks to all the money that we've grown apart. My parents eschewed raising us in favour of using my sister's money to travel the world, an excursion from which they still have yet to return. Oh, I have no idea. You do still love your sister, though, right? She certainly seems to love me, but I despise her. For as long as I can remember, everything I've done with my life has been on rails, generously donated by her. She's never even given me a chance to choose my own destiny. Just closing the door, guys. Sorry about that. There are dog-related noises coming from upstairs. Once she and I were at the shopping mall, looking to buy new underwear. There was an incident while I was trying on a new bra. I like this one. I think I'll take it. Huh. She just stuck her head in the dressing room through the curtain. Oh my. And then, as if it weren't bad enough, she came right on in. Oh no. Come now, I. If you don't coordinate, your whole ensemble would be ruined. And don't try to tell me you're too young to concern yourself with such things. Age will pass you by and hold you down if you're not careful. You've heard the saying, right? That unpreparedness is one's greatest enemy? Well, this one is your moment to show unpreparedness who's boss. Try this one. She left the dressing room for only a moment, but now handed me a luxurious, elegant, lacy bra from the gap between the curtains. This isn't... I complained, but I knew I'd eventually have to try it on anyway, so I just broke down and did it. That was gross, guys, sorry. See, it totally suits you, and it's my treat, so I hope you enjoy it. Oh, you're just so cute. You'll do anything I say, won't you? Well, you are a good girl, so you understand that my suggestions are for the best, right? Right? Kwan's smile was so pure and sweet, it was almost scary. She has all the privilege and all the pleasure of life, plus our parents love to boot. Everything goes to her, and nothing comes to me. She had me in a pretty dark place for a while, in fact, but right when things were looking their darkest, I came to discover the existence of spirit items, and I was instantly hooked. One thing led to another, and before I knew it, I'd become a certifiable occult nut. You can't even imagine how excited I was when I learned that I had spiritual power my sister didn't. This is my world. It's a source of strength that I came upon fair and square. My spirit item auction sales hit some pretty extravagant numbers too, which certainly helped. But then she did it again. She managed to get a foothold in this field too, and instantly became a bigger name than I was. And that really pisses me off. I had no idea. She certainly does seem larger than life. Well, you know, in all honesty, I don't really know her all that well myself. Righteousness, taken to extremes, can become a form of evil all of its own, and when evil gets pure enough, it can be a person's salvation. You see this in every last corner of the world. The answer to everything under the sun isn't always the right answer. You know what I mean? Well, that was a fucking random-ass conversation, as far as fucking things will go. Also, I was an idiot and didn't even save last time, because I was, like, fucking distracted by stuff. So, yeah. That's why I didn't even start recording. Anyway, let's continue. This is important. This talisman is crucial, apparently. I don't actually know why, because I didn't actually get that far. So, you know, but let's see what happens. The space has become so corrupt that it's impossible to proceed any further up. I guess we're going this way, then. Okay, guys. Another save. Thrilling stuff. Little Quan's face. These tremors certainly are getting intense, aren't they? That eye, Jesus. The school is probably starting to break down. Do you think it's the 7th pillar? It has awakened. Who's there? It's the Book of Shadows. It's the book. The Book of Shadows is talking. Nirvana has awakened. Nirvana? You mean the core? The souls of the witches? It can sense our approach. The Pillar 2 reacts to the Nirvana. Oh, fuck. It's that guy. Wonderful. Well, let's save again. And we are gonna do this. Echo, where are you going? This sensation, I recognize it. Gah! Oh shit. I was right, Haruyuki. It's really you, Haruyuki. Thank goodness, I thought I'd... Inumara, completely overtaken by the darkening, his hatred transforming him into a feral beast. His mouth was now slit on both ends, giving him a disturbing, almost fox-like appearance. With speed and precision, he beelined right for Eiko's neck, and bit deeply into it, with obvious intent to kill. Haruyuki, I'm sorry for running away. Arrgh! I stole that smile of yours, so go ahead, kill me. Eiko! I caught up to the two figures where I found one seemingly trying to eat the other. I'll save you. Ayumi. We save. It hurts, but I can't run a... No, evil spirit, let go of her. I brandished the Book of Shadows in front of me like a shield, attempting to intimidate the attacker. If you don't, I will destroy you. It's okay, I can finally be with everyone else. Arrgh! Hey! What? Sayaka's here. Who was that? Out of the blue, a girl I'd never seen before now stood in the creature's path. She was wearing uniquely designed green pins in her hair. Looking more closely, her body had slight sheen to it and was partially translucent. You stupid dog. What do you think you're doing? War! Sayaka? The rampaging Inimaru showed no signs of having comprehended Sayaka's words. Did you really come here looking for me? I mean, do you even have a brain in that blockhead of yours? You're such an idiot. You know better, you dumb mutt. Now she seemed to have gotten through to him. He stopped biting down on Aiko's neck, releasing his grip ever so slightly. You really are a pathetic mongrel. How could you let yourself turn into something like that? Sayaka's tone had a slight waver to it, belaying her harshness. But her berating of Inimaru was working. His eyes were beginning to well up with tears. How do you not understand that you're a perfectly suitable girl right here? Am I speaking with an accent or something? Damn bonehead pooch. He was full on bawling now, and nothing seemed like it could slow his tears. You're such a dumbass. This is no one's fault, you know. No one could have known this would happen, so don't blame Aiko, okay? Do you understand? She was less reassuring him and more commanding him. Inimaru released Aiko from his mouth entirely and became very quiet. Good boy, Inimaru. Aiko, I'm going to take this doll with me, but whenever your time comes to a close, let's meet up again, okay? Aiko's face was almost glazed over with tears as Inimaru. She nodded, unable to even raise her head. Thank you, Sayaka and Haruyuki. That's a pretty good, like, little conclusion to that story, I feel. You know? Entirely optional, I suspect, but that was a pretty little good conclusion, you know? I quite like it. With one final, soft, serene flash of light, Sayaka and Inimaru both dissipated into the air and were gone from sight. Aiko, I'm sorry, that was very unlike me. Oh, let's drop a save again. There's lots of save points around here. Like, seemingly an unnecessary number, really, if you ask me, but... Oh god, what am I doing? Okay. Hopefully everything is going to be lovely. I suspect I'm probably going to lose my thing though, you know. Oh. We're getting close. The sound of a monstrous explosion rang out, accompanied by a violent quake that rocked the very foundation of the school. This earthquake had triggered an unfortunate side effect. The whole connecting to the underground passages had been completely sealed off. This meant that Machida and the others would have no choice but to find another way out. Where are we? Which part of Heavenly Host is this? That's a very good question. Maybe it would be best if we stopped trying to put everything in the context of the old Heavenly Host. Either way, the only choice we've got is to climb these stairs, so let's get moving. So I don't think they count as having the talisman. Various parts of the body appear to have been eaten. Lovely. Always nice. There is screams of Amanda and Chrism upstairs. We managed to escape through the hole before it collapsed, and wend our way through numerous passages, finally arriving at the base of the enormous bell tower. What the fuck? That was quick. Yuka's still out of action. As soon as we got there, however, there was another huge explosion. The whole school rocked beneath our feet. I was certain the class rep and Aiko must have felt these blasts as well, and could only hope beyond hope they were both alright. Monstrous explosions continued to echo through the bell tower repeatedly, and violent tremors shook us again and again, seemingly without end. The hell? The seventh pillar. It's alight! The Sephirah of Knowledge was indeed lit up, spewing its disquieting green flames every which way. Aye, Shinazaki! Let's go. I'll carry you, Naomi. Come on! Okay. As long as you touch me. Let's go. Come on, Satoshi, I believe... Oh, Satoshi. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's alright, Satoshi. It's not like we're in... Okay. What time? Watch a movie? Watch a lovely fucking movie? Yeah? Great! I guess we're going up the top of the tower. We've got to stop the Sephirah of Knowledge. Okay. We can keep going. Come on, we can do this. Come on, Satoshi. Bust that back. Oh, we got there. We made it! We fucking made it. About time you showed up. The Sephiroth of Knowledge wasn't the only thing to be found at the top of the tower. There, waiting for us on the landing, was Megari Mizuki holding Satsuki Mizuhara by the neck. You! She let go of Satsuki, who tumbled to the ground like a rag doll. Satsuki! She's alive, but unjust. That's why I brought her along. Aiko and Yumi have gone ahead to the core of the Nirvana. What? This world doesn't exactly follow the rules of the human logic and intellect, see? The Sephiroth of Knowledge is reacting to the Nirvana's awakening. The school's only got another few minutes at best. If you don't want to get crushed, you should probably use your Ever After Stones and get the fuck out of here. What about you? Sachi broke my nerve. Megari flashed a bitter smile and showed off the rubble that was once a pair of Ever After Stones. She seemed almost proud of what she'd been through. Miss Kwan then produced her custom-made PL promotion stones, which had been seen better days. They were full of cracks, with strange blue gas seeping out here and there. Same here, I'm afraid. Rather than gaining spiritual energy, mine are losing it as we speak. You serious? Miss Kwan. Guess we're all destined to die here, huh? This sucks ass. I wonder if Waldo's worried about me. Megari stretched her head and looked, for all the world like she'd resigned herself to her fate. It was a sight entirely unlike her. There was anything we could do at this point but stand there and helplessly watch the pillar pulsate, knowing that it could blow at any moment. And it was then, when we'd all resigned ourselves to our fates as Megari had, that Miss Kwan suddenly looked down at her wristwatch and spoke. Satoshi? Yes? Was I a good teacher in your world? Excuse me? Nakashima said her name once, I think. Miss Yui, was it? Yeah. Why, how'd you know about our world? Misudo mentioned this before, didn't he? About how you can tell a lot from the colour of a person's aura? I could tell right away that you're from another time, a different past. Well, Miss Yui was funny and kind of ditzy, and the best teacher we'd ever had, really. But in a lot of ways, you're exactly the same as her, Miss Kwan. You're kind and fun. I love you too, Miss Kwan. I was still straddling in Satoshi's back and could barely form a coherent sentence, but I somehow knew, if we were ever to say that now would be the time. Thank you. Miss Kwan smiled brightly. I have a lot of regrets, but what you said just makes this more seem insignificant. Those words are my saving grace. Even a self-proclaimed genius like you can get all sentimental from time to time, eh? I can make fast calculations, and I know a whole storehouse of information, but that just means I have an abnormal brain. Nothing more. There's certainly nothing genius about it. Are you so fascinated, for example, by someone who's able to see precisely how much time she has left in this existence? Miss Kwan turned her wristwatch so everyone could see it. The countdown displayed the number 300, and it was counting down second by second. That watch. It's my life clock. I didn't want to waste a single second I had, you see. Life clock, a device capable of reading and displaying one's own lifespan. Ordinarily, I wouldn't put any stock in the accuracy of such a ridiculous-sounding contraption. But this was Miss Kwan we were talking about. Thinking back to everything she'd accomplished in the short time we knew her, and all the technology she devised through PL, I couldn't help but believe every word she said. No matter how preposterous those words may have been, nor how much I wished for them to be fabrications. So you shared your abilities with the world simply because people demanded it, and in doing so you shaved years off your life. I'd heard your body had aged up to about 90 years and you were close to the end. I guess I heard right. Miss Kwan smiled and slowly walked over to the pillar. I'm going to destroy this pillar. Everyone stand back. She had the other baby tooth from Sachi in her hand. With the child spirit energy I can do it. According to my calculations, it should work. Miss Kwan. Always remember, your lives will go on, with or without me. No matter the hardships, don't ever give up. Miss Kwan. Stay safe, everyone. No! No! I screamed and I cried. I lashed out. This wasn't right. This shouldn't have been the end for her. Nakashima, the hot springs in Satoshi's house can heal the body and mind alike. You should take a dip with Yuko again sometime. Miss Kishinuma, make sure you take your quiz. I spoke with Mr. Yamazaki about it. I will. Come now, you two. Boys shouldn't cry. You need to hurry. Neither this pillar nor I have much time left. No, Miss Kwan. Miss Kwan! Still on Satoshi's back as he descended the stairs, I screamed. There had to be another way. There had to be! Megari was the only one left who hadn't said anything. Yet. I won't forget you. There aren't many geniuses like you in this world, and the Martumas will withdraw from spiritual medicine. You have my word. I trust you'll keep it. Also, I'll look after Aiko. I guess she isn't so bad, that chick, in the end. I don't know. And with that, Megari followed us down the stairs, away from the pillar. Once Miss Kwan had confirmed we were all out of range, she pressed her hand and statue's tooth upon the monolith. She suddenly began to breathe heavier, as if she were running out of air. Her years were physically catching up to her, all at once. She began to feel as old as her body appeared. She looked down at her watch. There were only 20 seconds left. I really don't want to die. I don't want to die. With nothing left to hold them back, the tears began to stream down Miss Kwan's face. The counter was down to 10. Miss Kwan's arm began to fuse with the pillar, as if she were being pulled in. I guess the fact that I don't want to die means I've lived a truly happy life. The upper portion of the bell tower lit up with blinding flash and exploded with tremendous force. The entire school shook harder than ever. Each of us was blown clean off the stairs and knocked unconscious in the process. A piece of heavenly host blew out, leaving an enormous crater in its wake. A dimension of empty expanse, bright and white. A world without a single sound. There I stood, dumbfounded. I couldn't speak. Where am I, is what I wanted to say. Satoshi? Miss Kwan. It's like a miracle that I'm able to see you here. I was staring at my watch, thinking about how I wasn't afraid of dying. I lived my life knowing that when my lifespan ended, that it would be it. I accepted my fate and resolved to do what needed to be done within the limited time I had. But then I met you and I fell in love for the very first time. And when I thought about how much I wanted to live, the counter stopped. Love truly is a many splendid thing. Even though you came from a different world and probably don't even remember the day we met, we're still connected. I wonder if you'll find yet another teacher in my place once you return to the real world. I'll be kind of jealous, but do say hi for me. To me, who isn't me, won't you? Bye-bye now. Miss Kwan! That's as far as I got before, when I realised I wasn't recording. Yeah, I read out the whole cutscene. I read it all out. My face was coated in tears and snot. I stood up, arm outstretched, but there was nothing I could do. She was gone. Where am I? So, I've got to do my best to not lose the talisman with these two. Probably going to lose the talisman, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Are you okay, Agumi? Yeah, but that earthquake was incredible. Come on. We have to hurry. Hopefully I'm not gonna get killed by a phantom, but I strongly suspect that is gonna happen. We are here. Don't know what that is. I'm worried about investigating anything in case I get killed by, like, another. I don't know if, like, looking at the bodies makes phantoms spawn, but I'm not willing to risk it knowing that I need it, you know? Where the fuck am I now? Oh, I don't want to move. I'm really scared. Let's go in here. This is the room where the little ghost was holding the item, right? It's like the library room, it looks like. Is it a library? I don't fucking know. Reference room. I was right. What do you have here? There's something written here. Thank you for killing me. I'm going to die now. Goodbye. Oh, shit! Oh, I guess I used that's the talisman! Thinking quickly, I slapped the spirit in my talisman. And if I didn't have that, I think that's game over. So you seem to leave something behind on the ground as she disappeared. Tiny key obtained. Don't know what that is. Anything interesting in here? Further document 5. What the fuck are these? Okay, we're gonna have to read these manually, right? Oh, fuck me. There hasn't been a save point for ages, I just realised. Oh, I'm pressing X too much yet. Alright, how many of those have I got? I picked up, like, I think 5? I think? Let's have a look at these and see what the fuck they are. The soldier bore witness to the slaughter and came to deplore it. The witch on the skewer died with naught but hate in her heart. Okay, great. Wonderful, I guess. Don't know what they are. I guess we should just go and explore. There's a save. I'm gonna try and see if there's a save point back the way we came. Like, you know, around the other side. There was. I should have. Shit. Should I just have backtracked right to begin with? I'm just gonna backtrack and see if I can find the fucking save point, because it's been that whole cutscene and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, it was the stairs here, right? Yeah. It's so confusing having the whole layout change all the time. Yeah, it's here. Okay, then I'll just go back and, I guess, like, fucking explore as much as I can. And I just went straight into that like an idiot. Oh, is anything in these? I heard a laugh there that... Oh! There's a small depression. Oh, holy shit! The glass bowl! Has that achieved something? Suddenly, the door across the way seemed to have a different air about it, an entirely more menacing presence. Okay! To cabinet door while peering into hallway. Lovely. That's kind of appropriate. Right, let's drop a save again. So if I didn't have that talisman there, I wouldn't have got the key, and I would have been just fucked, I guess? That's kind of bullshit if that's the case. I mean, although, that said, now I think about it, I don't think I saw any phantoms, so I don't know why... I mean, I guess if maybe if I got off the beaten track a bit, there would be more of a chance for phantoms, but it seemed pretty on rails, you know, that bit there, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, this should be the right way. Here we go. I guess don't have no idea what these are, but let's see what happens. This is the same fucking room again. Fuck, this is the same room, so what's the big deal? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Right, putting this out. Oh, this is the doors. These are the doors. Good. Fuck, that was close. That scared the shit out of me. I thought that was the fucking... Oh my god. Okay, cool. Cool. That was freaky. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be a problem. I'm probably gonna die here, I'm guessing. Yeah, I died. Fucking hell, this is, Okay, I think I see the route we have to go, though. This is like a fucking maze, of doom. Great. At least I died, though, you know? Got an achievement for dying, too. Love those trophies, though. Okay, go, 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 go. Save the game, save the game, save the game. Okay, I made it to a save point. Okay. Different slot again. Different slot again is the key thing here. That heals me, right? Great. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's just a fucking... Cannot die, master of guild surviving mages, dwell somewhere in this world. Great, I don't care. Cutscene! There was a single white door in the back of the crystal-filled room, along with an enormous red standing cross. The walls were lined with the crucified corpses of what looked like to be Martuban investigation team sent in before us. It is ahead. The Book of Shadows spoke once again. We made it! Aiko, please turn back. You're certainly persistent. Please, I mean it. If you don't, there's a good chance you're going to get in my way. That's quite a harsh thing to say. She's like, what the fuck? Aiko was at a loss for words. I'm sorry. I draped my head and apologized for the sudden outburst. I intended to be looked out for Aiko, manufacturing an excuse to keep her out of harm's way, but it came across harshly. It worked, however. Aiko hung back and I stepped through the door on my own. I'm not sure that's... Oh, God. Those Vita birds, though. Okay, guys. Basically, I've tried this section a few times now, and I know what I'm doing, and I don't want to bore you with the fact I failed this like 3 times beforehand. You're going to use the books to decode messages to answer questions, but I'll read this as if I'd never done it before, but just so you know, I figured out what to do. Inside was another realm entirely, one in which heaven and earth alike sat in ruins. The sky was a twisted coil of red and black, and the ground, or what was left of it, was little more than a black mass. The floorboards from the school stretched before me, converging at shining staircase leading up into the unknown. And high above all else loomed a conspicuous object, shining brightest of all. Is that the Nirvana? Shinozaki! You're all in the core. On another massive floorboards below me were Kishinuma, Machida, Nakashima, and Magari. Yuka and Setsuki were there too, although they were both clearly unconscious and looking identical. You guys! Are you alright, Shinozaki? What is that? I cracked a slight smile at Machida's panicked reaction. Just stay alive, you guys. I'm gonna go settle things. Shinozaki, you're not seriously planning on... I don't think you got much of a choice here. So only the bearer of the book can go on ahead, huh? Don't you go dying on me now. My mind was made up. I was going to do this, no matter what. I took my first step up the staircase. Hey, Shinozaki! Wait! Shinozaki. Class rep! Nakashima addressed me with much effort as she seemed to be in tremendous pain. It was admittedly some comfort to receive so much support from my friends. Off we go. The stairs faded away behind me, quite literally, each one vanishing as soon as I stepped off it, actively rejecting the notion that anyone but the bearer of the book could be here. I continued climbing until I hit the top, which left me right at the foot of the shining object in the sky. From here on up is... well, that's great. The last of the steps disappeared, leaving me floating in midair. I clasped my arms around the Book of Shadows. Compose yourself. Regain your balance. Okay. Magical flying Ayumi power. I took the book under my arm and started leveling myself out a bit. Almost immediately my vision began to blur. It looked like the world around me was melting. It took me a moment to realise it was actually motion blur due to the extreme rate of speed at which I was flying. The shining object was getting closer and closer. I'm really scared, but I'm not going to lose this. I've done a lot of hesitating, a lot of running away, and a lot of regretting up until now. And I've always just crawled into my shell whenever things got too intense, convincing myself that I was unimportant in the overall scheme of things. But now I realise that I'm walking a different road entirely, and I've made up my mind. Watch me, sis. My eyes are open now, and I'm never closing them again. It's gonna be a sister. What the hell? The following events all happened in rapid succession. The runic letters on my thigh from the blowback at Yoshii Shinozaki's estate began glowing red and spurting blood. As I was observing and confirming this, 4 small blue lights were drawn to me like moths to a flame. Once they got within arm's length, they stopped moving and just hovered. What are they? I had a feeling I already knew the answer. These 4 lights were giving off a gentle, caring, friendly glow. They were the purest and strongest lights I'd encountered here. I felt more reassured than ever by them looking at me. What are you? In my mind I could understand them without the need for words. Their aura was as inviting as could be. It's you guys, isn't it? I began to cry. This was no time to lament or mourn, though. The runic letters on my arm now began glowing red and spurting blood, just the ones on my thigh had moments before. What the... Fight it. It's the Nirvana. The Book of Shadows spoke again. Fight it? If you die here, you'll lose your right to bear me. Unbind me and master the dark magic. When the Nirvana addresses you in full thought, you must answer back by pressing the right thing. Okay, so I think I've got this down. I think that's right. I'm gonna be quiet here, guys, so I really need to focus. There we go. I fucked up, but I'm getting back on track here. I think it's that. Okay, I might have fucked up. I might have to do this again one more time. But it's working. So this seems to be the square one at the moment. This is fucking confusing as fuck. I woke to a white expanse stretched out before me, and I realised I was still in midair, and my frame rate was fucked. It almost seemed like I was above the clouds looking down on the world below. Jesus, that frame rate. What is that? Finally, the light from the Book of Shadows faded, its power spent. I don't know if I fucked up or not, because I did fuck up the first 2. I immediately lost my balance and fell through the sea of clouds, landing with a thump. Before me, I saw a young blonde girl sitting in the nude. The entire area was so blindly bright, though, that I couldn't make out who she was. The clouds clung to the ground even here, giving my surroundings the unearthly glow, pure white as if they were the aftermath of a blizzard. I could make out new details the longer I focused, and now I noticed the girl below me had almost translucent blue eyes with no eyebrows. She was gazing fixedly at me. I could only think of this being as someone who existed beyond all human knowledge. Are you the will of the Nirvana? I addressed her with a fearful break in my voice, but she just continued staring at me in total silence. Return to this book! I raised the Book of Shadows, but the girl's expression did not change. As a descendant and the one who summoned you initially, I'd like to apologise. You were just sleeping, weren't you? Papa vos intelge... Is that French? Papa vos intelge potest. I don't know what language that is. The girl spoke, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. Shosham quip erat in flamma in... Oh, it's definitely not French. Santa omnia vista... Oh, is it Latin? I don't fucking know. I'm not good at languages. If it was German, I'd have been fine, but everything else. The girl stood up and began approaching me. Oh, for fuck's sake. I tried to take a step back, but tripped and fell. This is when I first noted my surroundings. The clouds had receded a bit, revealing no snowbroth but a thick forest of half-dead trees. The girl approached me slowly, one step at a time, in an almost rhythmical manner. Her mouth opened wide. And then she gagged. Oh, Jesus! And a large branch popped from the back of her throat. Suddenly she was crucified directly in front of me. Blood splattered everywhere. I was completely drenched. I screamed and tried to move back, but my legs had given out. Meanwhile, the Book of Shadows lay on the ground. It was the farthest thing from my mind at the moment. Then from behind the skewered girl, I caught sight of another girl who looked just like her, a flaming body hanging from a tree. It swung very slightly in place, creaking and groaning with each revolution. Oh, it's the one... See, they burned her.
I could hear accusatory... Oh shit. What is going on? They burned her as a witch, and I guess... I shifted my focus from the burning hangirl on the tree back to the girl in front of me. She was, too, completely burned. She continued walking towards me, little by little, step by painful, deliberate step. I think I'm dead. And when she finally reached me, she put her hands around my neck and began to choke me. May I have to do this one more time? Thinking quickly, however, I grabbed the girl's arms, pulled her in, and gave her the biggest hug I could muster. I may not understand your words, but your message comes across loud and clear. The scream of agony speaks of a life that was violently cut short. I don't know what exactly happened to you, but I know someone else whose story is probably similar to yours. The burn girl stopped moving entirely. I guess I'd gotten her attention. She was always so sad, and even after her life was taken, she still loved her mother dearly. But nobody ever forgave her. She suffered, and though all she wanted was for someone to help her, she wound up losing herself, eventually drowning under the weight of her curse. My eyes began to overflow with tears. I loosened my grip slightly, and the burn girl began stroking my cheek delicately, yet strangely. You're right to feel the hatred and rage you do, but... this never-ending chain of sorrow needs to be broken by someone, and it may not be an enviable job, but that duty falls upon you. She continued to stroke my cheek, but then almost raised her other hand to my eye, stuck out her finger and jammed it right into my eye socket. Pain shot through me in one incredible wave. Think wrong end here, shit. For somewhere deep within my head, I could hear the sound of a foreign body digging around my muscle tissue. Her finger had directly cut my optical nerve. Oh my god. Between the intense agony and the deeply disturbing sound, I felt like I was on the verge of insanity. This must be the same pain the girl is feeling. If I can't understand what she went through, I'll never understand her. I won't run away. That decided, I allowed my body to give in to the convulsions that had begun racking it. I was trying not to consciously focus on the pain, instead focusing on the girl. I felt as if I were moments choking my own tongue when the girl's finger finally dug my right eye out of its socket completely. This is fucked up. Words could not describe the extreme pain. I cramped up and completely began shivering. The girl then put the sticky bloody eyeball on her palm, displaying it triumphantly in view of my other eye for a moment, before squeezing it with every ounce of strength she had. It still had some elasticity to it, so it expanded in her hand until its length had roughly doubled, but could only take so much, eventually exploding into milky white and red goo. Yet I still refused to show any sign of intimidation. I did not react. I waited until the girl's eyes met mine, then flashed her a soft smile. She looked genuinely puzzled, and then she threw herself at me, and our lips met? What in the name of fuck is this shit? Solitarius. I hugged her once more in spite of my trembling arms. What the fuck is going on? Undead Yuri confirmed. Hashtag Undead Yuri. A huge shockwave shook the air, transforming into light and shattering around me. No, please no. Shinozaki! I could hear Kishinuma and the others yelling out in shock, having witnessed everything from the bottom of the stairs. Aiko was there too. When the light settled, I was standing at the top of those mythic red stairs, which now reinformed and stretched down below me to the remnants of Heavenly Host. I held my exploded right eye in my right hand and the Book of Shadows in my left. I slowly, solemnly descended those stairs of light. Guys, Shinozaki, you're okay. Class rep! Shinozaki, your eye! You're injured? I'm alright. It's a small price to pay for helping that girl move on. The Book of Shadows in my hand had a white sheen to it now. I gave a weak smile and slowly formulated in my mind the exact words I wanted to say. I'm sorry, everyone. I know I put you through a horrible mess, and no matter how many times I apologize, I know it'll never be enough. What I did is unforgivable. But I won't let you guys get hurt anymore. I'll protect you from here in this nirvana. What are you saying? Did something happen, Shinozaki? This doesn't seem like you. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm just resolved to protect the people I hold dear. For real this time. Hey, Shinozaki. Kishinuma seemed especially perturbed by this resolution. He must have thought I was on the verge of sacrificing myself for the greater good or something, and rightly so. But the section of floor where I stood was up too high for Kishinuma or any others to reach me. They couldn't stop me. Not anymore. Shinozaki? I'm a descendant of the Shinozaki family too, so just like Sachiko, I'm going to swallow this nirvana and seal it away. Like Sachiko. You can't possibly... No! I've been too embarrassed to look at my friends in the eye while informing them of this, but I had to now. It was my last chance. I looked at them, cheeks a little red. I guess this is goodbye. I giggled as playfully as I could. Enough with this bullshit, Shinozaki. You've been through enough already. Don't do this! Kishinuma was downright hysterical. But I kept the same bright smile on my face. I wouldn't let go of it, no matter what. It's not all bad, you know. I saw it in Yoshi's memories. Before Heavenly Host was made, when Sachiko sealed away the Nirvana, the person it created, for whose existence had been erased, was able to get it back. His existence, you mean? I might be able to do the same for Shinohara and Suzumoto, and Morishige and Miss Yui. I might be able to at least put everyone's memories of them back where they belong. Shinozaki, I'm happy I'll have to say goodbye, but at least I'll remain in everyone's thoughts. I'll still exist, and that's a pretty good deal in the end. Shinozaki! It's just much too sad a fate to be erased by the Nirvana. Shinohara, Suzumoto, Morishige and Miss Yui. Is that really what you want? You need to stop thinking about other people and start thinking about yourself for a change! My facade had finally cracked. A single tear rolled down my cheek, then another and another. And with impeccable timing, the Book of Shadows spoke, striking me while I was down. Unfortunately, there's no saving you. Controlling such dark magic requires equal compensation. Your spirit energy is no match for Sachiko, so your very existence itself will be taken as payment. The hell? Those who came in direct contact with the Nirvana must accept the consequences of their actions. Those who alter the fabric of existence, doubly so. All memories of you will be forfeit. You will be remembered by none. Everything connected to your identity will be exorcised from reality. Choose wisely. Shinozaki, this is no joke. You won't exist anymore. Choosing that for yourself willingly is just asinine. Kishinuma. For a split second I let my true feelings show, but then immediately forced to smile again. But if everyone's lives can go back to normal... So fucking what? You don't get it at all. You need to stop this, Shinozaki. Isn't there any other way? Yeah, class rep. I don't want to lose you or anyone else. I'm through with people vanishing from my life, so please just stop. Don't do this. Black magic does come with a price, but even I don't want a future without you. I absolutely cannot agree with this course of action. Thank you all for the kind words, but this is something somebody has to do, and that somebody is going to be me. You could always keep the Nirvana intact and remain as its jailer instead. Are you certain the path you've chosen is the one you wish to walk? I won't leave this problem for the next generation to deal with. That just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't. Then I shall accompany you. But can a normal human like yourself truly consume this expanded Nirvana? I just have to swallow it all, right? I can handle that. I shaved a piece of flesh on the wall of Heavenly Host, fully prepared to illustrate this point. Without thinking too hard about what I was doing and ignoring every impulse in my body, I shoved the fetid meat in my mouth, chewed it, and gulped it down. My face rocked in horror as I felt the morsel slide its way down my throat. I might as well have swallowed fire. Then somehow triggered my back to pop open slightly and began spurting blood. The bits of flesh I was unable to stomach them quickly and rather ungracefully regurgitated onto the floor. Everybody get out! There's a hole leading back to the real world at the school's entranceway. I then picked up the flesh I'd spit out and tried to cram it back in my mouth. I was determined to keep it down. It would have been a lot easier if I hadn't been glaring at me from my hands, however. Wait, stop! Just stop! I turned to face Kishinuma, who was practically begging me not to go through with this. And it's not like I wanted to, I just had to. Stop this, please. We don't want you to disappear from our lives, not without a fight. I smiled. The sentiment was truly heartwarming. You always did look out for me. Don't think I didn't notice. Even if you forget I exist, I'll never forget you, Kishinuma. Kishinuma's eyes welled up with tears. When you patted me on the head, it made me really happy. I smiled again, even while tears were streaming down my face. This time after swallowing the wall meat, blood began spurting from my head. Yet finally my actions seemed to have an effect, as the wall in front of me began to fizzle away into blood-red mist, ultimately vanishing before my eyes. Stop! Stop doing that! God damn all! God damn it all! Kishinuma collapsed to his knees. Another shockwave rocked the whole of the dimension. It was so enormous the ceiling fell in and the nearby walls began to crack. Whatever rickety parts of the school were left had begun crumbling around us. You're really something, Ayumi Shinozaki. Let's get out of here while we still can. Come on, get up. Do you want her death to be in vain? It's not like we can stop her either way, not from here. Let her do what she feels she has to do. She's a successor to Sachiko's bloodline. It's her right. Class rep. I'll never forget you, Shinozaki, no matter what. Big brother. Big brother! And Satsuki, you're okay? Yeah, though Satsuki's still out cold. Get your asses moving. Do you want to be eaten alive alongside the Nirvana? I'll leave you behind if I have to. Oshiki, let's go. I'm glad I don't have to run out of school. For fuck's sake. Before he left the area, Kishinuma looked back one last time. But I was out of sight by that point. And in a different room completely, of course. That was obviously one of the main obstacles. We carefully but swiftly made our way through the rubble of the former bell tower. Along the way, Yoshiki paused for a moment to look up at the stairs and caught a glimpse of Misuto's clothes. Those are... So he died too, huh? It was only a moment distraction, however. Yoshiki, like the rest of us, very quickly continued on his way. Yuka! Big brother, I'm scared! It's just a little farther. We can make it. But we have to hurry. Yoshiki got up to follow, but instead just stood there. He wouldn't take a single step. Kishinuma, what's wrong? Naomi's still on my back, saw Yoshiki's motionless form and knew something wasn't quite right. Is she just going to be erased from all our minds? Huh? What's going to actually happen when she hits the entire Nirvana? Will the world actually be Will the world actually be able to go back to normal? He seemed to be caught in the loop of doubt. He was trying to work through something in his head and didn't seem ready to move again until he'd succeeded. Yoshiki, what are you doing? If we don't hurry... Right now, she's in there. She's inside the Nirvana. Yoshiki, wait! He turned back towards the ruins of Heavenly Host and ran off. You guys get the hell out of here. You fucking idiots! And just like that, he was gone. Fallen rubble blocking us off from the passageway he darted into. God, no. Yoshiki! Try as we might, there was no pursuing him. He made his choice, and there was nothing we could do to change things now. We have no choice. We have to go. Now. The skull began to shake even more violently. Yoshiki! Shinozaki! Not only was it shaking, but creaking and groaning as well. The school was definitely not going to stay intact for much longer at all. The red and black sky began to get sucked into Heavenly Host like smoke into an exhaust vent, with the beautiful clear night scenery of the real world peeking out from behind it. And slowly the blue sky of the day crept into view, ousting both the moon and the horrors of the Nirvana alike. The six pillars disappeared from the earth, leaving only giant craters in their wake. The rising sun shone above the death-ridden world, serving as a beacon of light and hope for the people who'd suffered beneath what could have been, and for a time was, an endless night. In a place that exists outside of this world, and a curse built upon darkness and sorrow swept through like a river, overflowing its banks into the valley below. But the flood was dammed through the blood sacrifice of a truly benevolent girl, whose very existence was lost in the process. The fate to die cannot be overturned. and they are coming back. But the former existence of your sadly departed friends has been restored to this reality, their memories, their achievements. From that, however, a new sorrow floods the world, and the healing process begins anew. The baton of guardian who's passed down from one generation to the next, and somewhere in this world, I'm certain she must still bear it, protecting us all from deep under cover of night. Oh shit. It's kind of sad. She's been erased from our memories, however, so wherever she is, there can never be truly any communication between us again. But in this future where countless worlds and fates have merged... Naomi? Food's ready. Coming. With a sigh of relief, Nakashima stood up and left her room. Next to the photo of her classmates, another photo stood on her desk, taken at Mashida's house. I'm certain we'll see her again. Hold the pride of the protector of power in your heart. And that's it. That was Corpse Party Blood Drive. What are my thoughts on it? Oh. Okay, there's more. We'll do that in a minute. And here I sat in my own house in Hinoe's room, in the corner in a wheelchair, expressionless and empty, with the Book of Shadows on my lap. There was no fire in my eyes, no life. I just sat and stared at a single point in front of me. Book of Shadows can use, make everybody happy. The reflection stared back from the mirror wasn't me. It was Sachi, the girl in black. Sachi's eyes were covered in her bangs. Her expression was impossible to read. She was unmoving, unreadable, untenable. Just a reflection of me. Will protect everyone, best as I, even if it's by myself. The Book of Shadows in my hand darted its eyes around frantically, its tongue dangling limply outside the frame of the tome itself. The house sat in silence for a moment. And then the doorbell rang again. The reflection in the mirror was no longer Sachi, it was just Ayumi. Just me. The Book of Shadows reverted too, showing itself once more as a plain, ordinary, entirely standard, leather-bound book. The blue-white stones were tossed up into the air, where they danced a bit before tumbling back down. I could easily catch them with one hand. I looked down at the white house in front of me and smiled a toothy grin, and I held onto those stones tightly, for they were my precious ever-after stones. Finally I found it. So, he uses that to go and spend time with her in the Nirvana? Very interesting. I don't really get that ending, but still, interesting. Interesting. I know there's extra chapters, guys, but they are so much reading. I'm going to link Manly's read-through of those, because, to be fair, he's a very good reader, probably better than me. And if you want to check those out in the description, you can see the extra chapters for yourself by watching Manly's little videos of them. So anyway, my thoughts on Corpse Party Blood Drive? It was pretty good. I liked it quite a lot. There were moments of frustration, but in general it was pretty good, and it wasn't too difficult either. It was I just feel there were a bit too many ideas, like the story sort of like is like squidges like together so many different thoughts and storylines. It squeezes everything in, and you really have to like read those extra chapters, and you really have to know quite a lot about the lore and stuff to actually get the full picture. I feel that they almost had too many ideas. It's a bit of an idea soup that's kind of out of control. So yeah, I mean, overall though, it is good. It is a good game. It's not as good as the original, but it's still a good game, and I recommend it if you want to check it out. There's certainly a lot of extra things I certainly didn't see. So if you want to see all the lore and stuff and see everything, then I'm sure it's worth a check out, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Beyond Two Souls, the next Let's Play that starts really soon. And I guess I'll see you really fucking soon, guys. Have a great day, have a great week, and bye for now, I guess. Bye for now.